Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session of the Solemn Sagas, story arc number 2 for the New Embrace campaign that we are running here. Now, moving forward, we will call this the Solemn Sagas because New Embrace is the universe, and this is not the only thing happening inside of my universe. Before we begin, let's start off with my simple self-promotions. If you want to support the channel, please consider joining our Patreon, where you'll gain access to our great community, gain access to our homebrew rules for the augmentation system that we are utilizing in this game and many other games inside of the community as well as access to any of the open slots as soon as they arrive. Keep in mind, this is a pay-to-play community, so if you are interested in jumping in and playing in any of our game slots, all you have to do is jump into the server, and as soon as one of them opens up, you'll be put onto the list to help hang out with all of us. Now, outside of that, I don't think there's anything else I really care to go over, so... Did anybody want to give us a recap of what happened last session? And looks like they have notes.
Yes, I would. Since I'm sure there's going to be a con save at some point that I'm going to need the advantage for.
So yeah, you got it?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, cool.
So, starting out, we are in the estate that belongs to Byro, who is basically like the elite of Deep Yard. We've been there for a little while, had some downtime, and all without Rowan. Heartbreaking, but she returns. Feels like she's been gone a few days, but to us it's been a very long time.
Interrupts Gable's sleep.
Yes, and we all know how Gabe sleeps, so it's kind of poor Rowan instance. And then we introduce Rowan to Jackie and Byro, and we kind of start talking a little bit more about what we found out from the cult, that there were a few students dropping out of the academy system when they were transferred to Weldon Top. And along with going to see Leon Chi, who is Draco's master at the temple there, who has connections, it seems, to our Death Knight somehow, which we got to figure out. So we decided that that's our next stop. We suit up in cold weather gear, and so we had a little bit of a shopping episode, catching Rowan up, and then we go and teleport to Weldon Top, which is freezing cold and in the mountains. So we already have a few party members who are very unequipped to deal with the cold, but we've got a few who are perfectly fine. We get there and we're trying to find our way out of the north side of the city to get to the mountains, and Rowan decides that she is going to ask a rat for assistance in the endeavor, promising cheese and peanut butter as a reward. And what we found was rat-sized tunnels out of the city. So Rowan has her revenge, mafia style, from Frank. And she does not yet realize that Nolth is privy to any and every conversation she has with animals now. In takes matters into her own hands and finds a small urchin child to show them the way. But because Gabe and Kothar were a little mean to this kid, the pickpocket has absconded with some of their money.
Okay.
At that point, we've managed to finally get our way outside. Rowan turns into a goat, Inn climbs aboard, and they go up ahead without trouble with Draco and Jackie. But the boys have a little bit of trouble. And so they've been using climbing gear, trying to get up the mountain to get to the temples. And we eventually make our way inside of a small shack where we have spent the night. And that is where we pick up.
Alrighty, so thank you very much. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. So, you've all ventured into the Shinlei temples, successfully traversed them for the better part of a day as well, without falling to your depths to an unseen cliffside and unknown ravine below. The winter storm continues sailing and roaring against this terrain, causing you all to feel a frigidness, but the respite of the walls of this small shack are giving you all a little bit of breathing room. Something to at least guard you from the harsh winds that cut through your body, almost as if it's thousands of tiny little needles just piercing through one end to the other. So, as you're all sitting inside, you do listen to the door as it slowly just starts rocking back and forth, slamming against the frame in its off-kilter stance.
I believe Gabe said he was going to lay against the door last time I left.
Yes.
Yeah, and Nolf, both of us are.
That covers the
okay.
bottom half of the door. Bop, bop, bop.
Okay. Yeah,
The door is not very sturdy, not very strong.
We started a fire too, right?
You did, but you extinguished it very quickly.
We did.
Well, remember, because of all the soot inside, when you created the fire, it caused a huge plume of smoke to erupt from it, and then you quickly put it out so that you could clean it and hopefully not cause a signal fire to flare from this location.
Inn would be cleaning it and using like little puffs from thaumaturgy to try and get the soot out of the chimney.
Give me a survival check in.
Here we go.
Can I be like sticking my staff up there trying to help clear it out?
Are you climbing onto the roof to do so?
I couldn't do it from inside the house? Or is it
Well,
too high up?
it's a small oven. Like, it's one of those old-fashioned, tiny, it's metal-style ovens that have, like, the chimney in the back of it that leaks out the top of the roof. So it's one of those, like, N can comfortably crawl inside and scoop things out, but there's no other space in there.
Yeah,
It's made for creating heat, but you can also use it to cook like a small thing.
Correct.
Mainly for heat.
And you're about, like, I'd say diaphragm deep inside of the oven, cleaning as best as you can, and everyone else is looking at N's legs just flopping back and forth, since the majority of you are beginning to become very tired. The trek so far has been far more treacherous than any of your physical bodies have been used to in recent years. And obviously, N and Draco and Jackie, not N, Rowan, Draco, Jackie all feel perfectly fine right now because of their backstory, their background, everything they've gone through so far. So, and it's probably going to take you a couple hours to clean out well enough that people can actually use it for heat.
Toasty warmness is worth it.
Alrighty.
And if I come across any cracks, I'm going to use mending.
Roll me a investigation then. You have dark vision, correct? Disadvantage. Dark vision allows you to see black and whites. It still gives you disadvantage to see.
Okay.
If you had a light, like the light spell, you're perfectly fine.
I believe I do.
Well then.
Yep.
Bing! Cool, then no disadvantage, 12. Yes, this definitely needs a little bit of mending. There's a few holes in it that could probably be attached to the wood exterior of this shed, which probably could have been bad. But as you're crawling up inside, looking around as best as you can, a couple of hours going by, all of you are seated inside of the shack, listening to the roaring winds outside surrounding you.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would live up here. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yep. Fuck the cold.
Anyone want to play cards?
Sure.
This is cold.
Fuck you.
Jockey gets like a very small snicker that he almost tries to play off like a cough, but he's not that good.
Yep. I'll just play some cards. Hopefully it makes me forget about how my left toe's falling off.
I don't want to, push this up, but
So I don't need to go.
I've heard in survival, if you all remove everything and then get under blankets with your group, it produces heat for survival.
We have blankets.
I'm
That's the
game.
thing.
No, you remove your clothing as well.
It seemed like it was.
No, do we have blankets? I don't give a shit. I just want to be warm. Do we have the fucking blankets?
You want to snuggle between me and Kothar, Noth?
It fucking gets me warm. I will snuggle between a Sasquatch's ass tracks.
Here, I have a very large blanket that probably you two can use.
Probably kind of works out.
No. Health will quickly grab the blanket.
I have my that bear thing that I had to use to put on me because the coats didn't fit when I first got into
I don't know what number it is.
Meme channel, everybody.
the very first session.
Gable moves up close to Noth to help keep him warm.
Okay.
Kothar, you hear a message in your head. Are you trying to get them together or something? But it's like echoey because of the in the stove.
Strange, there's an echo in my mind.
I would want the 30th is signed.
Maybe.
Maybe
Do you
watch.
want help?
But I'll toss them my very large.
It's a message you can't hear.
Nobody
Wait,
hears
yeah.
except
Yeah.
Kothar.
Oh, I guess he didn't reply in verbally. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I replied in my mind.
You want some help with that?
When you get done.
Elf is already starting to strip and try to get under the blanket. Ah, shit. Too cold, too cold, too cold.
Gabe is cuddling at this point just to keep Noth from setting off a bonfire again.
All right.
With his plate armor on. Or his armor on.
No, all his armor's off at this point. He's like, fucking hell, it's too damn cold.
Yeah,
It-
but Gabe
it
has
gets me
his
warm.
armor on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because that's cold on the outside. Like extremely cold. Like putting your tongue on a pool cold.
You hear, if Gabe goes under a blanket, you're going to hear Noel's high-pitched voice of, shit!
What's the chances of Noel sticking to
Let's roll.
Gabe's plate
I don't know.
armor?
Is somebody
It's
going to
frozen.
do it in Twitch
Gabe.
chat?
Yeah, Gabe strips off his
Oh,
armor.
okay, so how do I do that? Because I...
What are the odds? In Twitch chat, click on the D20s. What are the odds? Tempt Fate. Cost 1,000 of those points. Redeem it and go, what are the odds? And say what you want.
Yeah. Is Noel going to lose a toe or his third arm? Let us find out, to you.
Haha,
Gabe's armor.
I see what you did there.
That one would suck.
That Nolt sticks to Gabe's armor. I'd give it a good 20%.
Gabe's pulled off his armor just to make things work better.
Not yet.
49 didn't do it, unfortunately.
Oh,
Damn it.
man.
So, as you're all relaxing, and you're digging deeper and deeper inside, and you do notice that there's something above you stopping it from fully escaping. Your light persists about it, and it looks furry, but not moving.
Is it dead?
Would you like to roll a medicine check and investigate it?
Sure.
Roll a medicine check.
Shit rolls day. Yeah.
You're not sure if it's dead, but it certainly does not seem like it's alive.
What to do? What to do? I have a feeling that using Thunderclap inside of this thing is not a good idea.
You can certainly try.
I can imagine the walls just falling over and they falling on us.
I'm actually gonna try Shocking Grasp to try and get this thing out of the way.
So you're inside of a metal chute right now.
It's not smart.
You certainly touch it. Roll your damage.
Oh God.
And you will also take that amount of damage. And all of you watch as the oven just... And then just...
And what did you do?
I had to see if this thing was dead or not.
Let me roll real quick.
It's a chimney. They're always dead.
The thing falls down
thing.
on your face, N.
Oh.
It's just screeching. Screeching and just panic as like...
All right, give me a wisdom save.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
All right, you are totally freaking the fuck out, but you managed to like throw it off, and it lands at the very bottom of the oven.
I'll kick it out like just punt it.
Draco and Rowan. The two of you, because you are not in cuddle mode right now, you see this tiny little creature. Well, the remains of a tiny little creature. This appears to be the rear side of maybe a wolf? Something that furry with gray skin.
Did you say the rear side?
Yes, like one of the thighs.
I don't know how that would have got stuck at the top of that.
That's disturbing.
But
You're telling me.
Is it edible?
Roll me a nature check, Rowan.
I'm gonna nail it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Here I go.
Dirty 20. Yup, of course.
Yeah.
Anything you're not proficient in, you're amazing at. As you peel it out and take it out, it's mostly chilled, and by your estimate, this thing's only like 3 days old. But it's frozen because of the weather and environment it's been stuck in. So it's still well preserved. If you cook this up, yeah, it's edible. Or if you transformed, you could just eat it in any of your animal forms. But I think you're out of those for today.
Yeah. Well, I think this is edible. We should start a fire and eat it.
Aren't you the same person we got those mushrooms from?
What'd you say? You were both talking at the same time. Gabe, go.
Aren't you the person we get those mushrooms from, Rowan?
Yeah, but I sniffed this. She holds the little leg up in the air. Seems fine.
I'll stick with the rations as well.
Suit yourself.
Alrighty. So, Ed, now that that is no longer clogging the tunnel or the vent, it's a much easier process to scrub it and get clean. And then you kind of like squat and nimbly crawl your way out from inside. And everybody sees N covered head to toe in soot.
Y'all owe me. All of you owe me so much for this. And then like just shakes and it goes like with like the soot.
It's a good
His
look.
hair like staticky, like
Really?
now.
Oh, all of it, all over their body. But yeah, now you can actually create a fire and not burn down the shack. Congratulations, everybody.
And you should think about going into being a chimney sweep.
There's just a glare across the cabin. I'm gonna like go roll around in the snow to mimic a bath. Somebody else start a fire.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Wolf snaps his fingers.
Bonfire.
Fire.
You know you have to do that like every minute, though, right?
Yep. If it
Okay.
keeps me warm, I
All right, all
will
right.
have no
Does it
problem
start-
with that.
Will it help start the fire though?
Well, you need a fuel source.
Or
Do
we
any
can
of you
just
have
me do
wood
it.
to burn, or?
Oh yeah, it's not gas related.
Yeah, none of you brought wood or gas with you.
Burn the wolf leg. Burn the wolf leg.
Now,
Is there
Rowan, you actually
furniture?
know that inside the shack there's not really furniture, but Rowan, you actually do know that animal fat is a good fuel source when you can combine it with twigs, leaves, and other choice things that aren't on this mountain.
Rowan's gonna go. She doesn't know that, does she? That's not on the mountain.
You've been on the mountain almost all day and you haven't seen any trees.
Rowan's going outside anyway.
Alrighty. So Gabe, you're kind of like poof, forward and huddling closer into North going, ah!
I have a tinderbox. Could I burn that?
It'll just start it. It
Does
won't
it
actually
start?
burn.
Does
yeah.
anyone else?
That's what I figured, but I was
Yeah.
just wondering.
What if I take all of my torches and put them in there?
Yeah, same.
That might do it. Yeah.
I got
I'll
10.
take 5 of my. I'll take 5 of my
Well,
torches.
there's another thing. Does
I'll put-
anyone else
in there.
have a fire spell?
Let's not burn them all. Let's not burn them all. Let's
I'll
do
put 5 of
Let's-
mine
let's-
in too, just to feed the
So
last.
we'll have the 5 there to like we'll put a few in first and then start it. And if we need to put more in, so we'll put like 3 in right now to start it. And if
I
we need to
have-
add more, we will.
And I have a few too, so and it's gonna go outside with Rowan and do the like dog rolling around in the dirt motion in the snow trying to get everything off.
Bottle snowman attacks. GG.
Alrighty.
Want N to be called Bert.
So we have N and Rowan outside right now while Rowan is doing a survival check, please.
Gabe is trying to decide whether he wants to keep trying to keep North warm or go outside and keep him out of trouble.
21.
Best day of Rowan's life.
You actually succeeded on a survival check. I'm impressed.
I know.
So yes, Gabe, you're kind of like, well, you have to make up your mind soon because I think Nolth is slamming the door shut.
What's going on?
Is he gonna cuddle you or protect N? That's the question.
Whoever keeps me warm, whoever keeps me the warmest, I will do. Whoever Gabe is gonna do.
So Gabe, if
that's
you
on him.
try leaving, it's going to be a contested strength roll.
Oh,
You two are cuddle buddies right now.
okay.
You're keeping me warm, so.
If you want to leave, though, if you're okay just chilling, you two are actually staying a lot warmer than you were previously, thanks to the combined body heats and the bonfire. But
Okay, so he actually set up a bonfire in the stove or
Yeah,
center
in the
or-
stove. In the stove. Yeah.
Okay.
We're feeding some of the 3 torches right now in there to try and see if it'll.
You put 3 torches in?
Yeah, I put 3 torches.
Okay.
In.
Well, the thing is,
You
I'm
do have to
awake.
snap them in half to really fit them in the tiny
Wait.
oven, because torches
that's-
are almost like 1.5 feet long, 2 feet long.
I will snap.
Kotor,
Yeah,
wait, before
yeah,
Kotor
3 of
does
them.
that, before Kotor does that, Kotor, wait till I'm about to fall asleep. I just keep keeping a bonfire up until I get tired.
I just wanted to break things.
All right,
Okay.
he prepares the sticks. All right, so you break 3, which turns them into 6, which with create bonfire and 6 of those, I'd say it would probably take to warm this shack 3 sticks every few hours, or every shift. Every shift.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if he was on the public or not.
Cool. All right,
Because they're meant to, like, be burnt and to blaze, to illuminate the area, not to slowly kindle and, you know.
Keep warm.
Right, so the wood might not be great.
Right. So it'll be 3 torches every shift when you eventually start using them. But that'll start when Nolth goes to sleep. But yeah, and you're outside. Immediately after you step outside, having that respite from the wind, it just cuts and pierces through your body. You need to give me a con save then.
Hey, look.
Recap inspo. I am determined to be clean.
You are very determined, and as you start rolling around in the snow, picking up patches of it, everyone hears that going, ah! Oh! Oh! But you are getting it done. You are getting there. Rowan, 21 on your survival. As you walk out here, you look around the landscape, and though you don't see any trees, you do notice there are some roots attached to different mountain sections that kind of like grasp around the platform you all found yourselves on. And if there's roots on those, there might be roots on this one too. Just matters if you can get to them or not.
Do I notice anything else of interest?
Not from a survival check. From a perception check, maybe.
Can I throw one?
Yeah. 13. Now we're back to Rowan.
All right.
So, you look around yourself, and N is fairly distracting and loud. Unfortunately, because the way that the snow is falling, it's obscuring your vision fairly well, and as you begin walking around the platform to look more closely at your surrounding area, you don't really notice that much immediately. If you'd like to spend more time to try to find stuff, maybe, but not from an initial glance around the area.
Yeah, I'll snoop around.
After 20 minutes, Gabe will it's going to head out and check on N.
All right. And the moment you step out, or Gabe, the moment you step outside, I do need a con save from you. Because the sun has fully set at this point. Meaning
naked, probably.
The freezing Arctic temperature.
Yeah, he is naked too.
He is naked.
Oh, disadvantage then. Mm-mm.
No, he's not naked.
All right, you put on your clothes or your armor?
It's clothes for sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. So go ahead, give me a con save. 14. You're feeling a little chilly. You're definitely not going to want to be out here longer than 5 or 10 minutes.
Do I see N?
Oh, yeah. And it's still cussing up a storm as they're rubbing the snow on parts of their body that they don't want to be any colder, but they need it to get clean.
Gabe goes back inside.
Okay.
I'm keeping like my clothing like near the fire to like get like the ice and stuff melted off and like rewarmed and stuff like that. Drying out, like hanging it up.
We're just having a naked party. We're all gonna be naked in here.
No, I'm not naked right now, but I have just taking like the gloves.
Neither is Jockey or Draco. They're chilling. Literally.
I am taking like, the damn stuff off. I'm sweating the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm assuming for all that work. So.
But anyways.
It's just under the blanket.
Rowan,
I'll take first shift.
Rowan, how much time did you say you were gonna dedicate to looking?
I did not say a time, but I will spend the entire time that N's out there scrubbing themselves down.
All right, and roll me a dexterity check. $16. No advantage on this one. You're muted.
Sorry, I forgot to turn it off.
No, it's all right. It's all right. 16 though. I'll say it probably takes you a good 10 minutes of scrubbing to the point where the cold is colder than your distaste for the dirt.
Okay.
So 10 minutes of searching, Rowan. Roll another perception check. Wow. You don't notice anything.
All right. Rowan will start going to the roots to collect.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check to get to them.
You know.
You have to like lean over the side, get the roots, and like twist your body to pull them. Hey, there you go. See?
Why?
Every time you're not proficient, you end up doing well.
You need some help, Rowan?
I think I got it.
Yeah.
Like reaching.
Yeah. And it's terrifying because Rowan is lying in the snow on the edge of a fucking mountain.
It'll just
Rip.
come up like very close. Like, you sure you don't want me to hold your legs or something? And it's like incredibly reluctant, but trying to be helpful.
I think she's like reaching her hand around trying to feel for the roots. I think I'm okay. there's some stuff down here. I think we can either eat it or burn it.
You get a good grip of a solid root that's about the thickness of your forearm, and you just start ripping it upwards, and you listen to a very loud
Really?
as rocks start falling downwards, and Rowan stands up with a root that looks like a large crescent about half the size of her body.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in now.
Jero, is this root edible?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay, so... No.
Because technically most roots are edible.
Oh.
Kind of hard to tell. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Can I go for one more?
Sure. Roll me another acrobatics.
Can she turn into a woodchuck?
Nope.
Oh no.
She used all her... Oh.
No.
Do I die? I die.
Actually, I require a dex save from you.
Okay.
As you find a different route and you start like leaning down, apparently you are lying on a platform of ice that starts slipping downwards.
Oh no, dexterity.
Alrighty.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
I don't think I would necessarily made it to the door yet. Do I hear this?
Not until after it happens.
Okay.
So that is going to be 7, 8, 14 points of bludgeoning damage, Rowan, as immediately the platform and you just start falling, tumbling down yourself until you eventually slide across a very sharp, jagged set of ice and slam stuck in between two different cliffs' edges.
Wait, can I, though, tell me if I can do this, before I hit the edge of the cliff, which I'm assuming is stone, can I do this and meld into it and cushion the blow?
That would have to be your action to do that. That would require a reaction to be able to do that before you soften your blow.
And I don't have a reaction?
That spell requires an action. You have a reaction, but you need to do something that only costs a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, so you slam against it, and you being at the door, hearing that, you look over and you don't see Rowan.
Shit. He like runs in, grabs rope. Rowan fell over the side and like runs back out.
I dash out the door
I
flying.
jump up and I'm like, fuck!
No.
And runs out. Nope, runs out naked at this point.
Alrighty.
He hates the fucking cold. But his friend just went over the edge.
Alrighty, so you grab the rope and all of you run over to the edge. Jackie just stays next to the fire. Kothar, are you going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go help.
So you all look down over the ledge. Who here does not have dark vision?
That was mine.
And that's it?
I guess so.
Kothar, oh my god, you have no idea where Rowan went. I mean, like, you don't know where it ends. You can't see. Everyone else with dark vision, Rowan only fell about 40 feet down or so. And Rowan, as you kind of, like, land inside of this little nook, you look around yourself, and you are literally in, like, a crevice between two of the mountain peaks themselves. And you also, thanks to tempting fate, see that there is a dead mountain goat here, who seems frozen over.
Yes.
Can I fly the rope
Rowan says
down?
that to herself.
Yeah.
I just waited.
I'm gonna stick light on my forehead. so
I'm freezing.
Kothar has some light as I'm
No,
running.
freezing cold.
No,
He's dimensioning
go-
during grabbing her and then dimensioning during back into the cabin. where
Okay.
it's warm.
Rowan, you watch as Nolth appears beside you and then says, "Come with me if you want to live." Do you take his hand?
I say,
Oh, let's go away.
I
Oh,
say-
wait, else is sticking out.
I say- Rowan says, no, wait.
It's
And then she, like, tries to reach over and, like, pat the dead frozen goat.
Oh, it's very frozen.
Yes, dinner. No, dinner.
It's an object. Pick it up. I'll grab it.
Uh-oh.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah.
She's
Fucking hell.
dead.
I grab the fucking goat. I pick up the goat. Okay, now, can we go? Oh, fucking hell.
They're right down there, you stupid dragon.
Fucking. Okay, right, take my hand. We're gonna teleport away from here into the cabin. It's too cold.
Okay, Rowan
So-
grabs North's hand.
You hulk up the large carcass of the goat and teleport inside. Jacques sitting by the fire, looking out past the door, and then the three of you land heavily in here. He turns around, sees the goat, and just teleports away.
Okay, they're back inside, Kothar.
Fucking hell. No dives into the blanket.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna go back inside.
Alrighty.
Gabriel escorts in back inside.
So, you all make it back inside finally. Rowan, I assume you run back out there to grab that massive root that you found?
Yeah, I worked really hard for it.
Yep, this is your kindling.
Yeah, as Gable is entering the building, Rowan runs out and Gable goes, fuck!
Runs back in, giant root. Doo, 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 doo. Now, with all of you in here with the dead goat and the root, it's a lot more cramped in here. It's only about 10 feet by like 6 or 7 feet. It's not a very large shack. So all of you are much more cramped in here now, but as soon as the door shuts, Nolth, boop, more fire. But now you guys have actual kindling, as well as a goat to possibly eat.
Are we done playing in the snow, people?
That's a dumb question.
Yes.
I didn't want to go out in the fucking.
You know, if I don't keep this clean, it like mats up and gets tangled and.
Gable stays by the door, and well, anyone who tries to go outside is going to have to get by him for the
All
time
right.
being.
You do hear a knock at the door, though, as Jacques trying to get back in.
Gable opens the door. Yes.
Thank you. He just slips in very easily. Thank you.
Gable slams the door shut.
Rowan will just start trying to cut up the goat with her scimitar.
Alrighty. You just start hacking in, cutting against it, and skinning it as best as you can. Are you proficient in, like, any tools that might help you in this?
Let me look. No. Wait.
Do you want Nolf's help?
Yeah.
Nolf done stuff like this before.
Yeah, do you have any tool proficiencies that make you, like, exceptional, or... Alright, so you're just bare bones, bare essentials, hacking, slashing, here's a chunk of meat, oven. And do any of you actually have, like, cooking supplies or mess kits?
We have fire. Meat is great when it's charred.
I have a mess kit.
There you go. So you can actually put it in something to put it on top of the fire so that you don't have to char it. You can actually eat it.
And is using thaumaturgy every so often to like brighten the fire a little bit and like play around with it to keep themselves amused.
Alrighty. However, Rowan, I would like you to roll me a medicine check with advantage since Nolth is technically helping you. 15. This goat that you found down there, it had a massive scar from the back of its hindquarters down its right leg. It looks like 3 sharp prongs ripping across.
Can I identify it?
Does it look like more like claws or teeth, I wonder?
That's a good question. Roll me a nature. But from the medicine, you probably assume the creature tried jumping across the area, and because it got hit like that, it didn't have the proper strength to actually make that jump that, as someone who recently turned into a mountain goat, they have.
Can I assist in the nature check by like bouncing ideas of what it could have been that done it?
Sure, roll another one, Rowan.
Okay.
Is North just walking around the room naked?
I mean,
No, he
he's
hasn't-
not
well,
walking.
He's laying under the blankets,
They're
like,
cutting up
do
a
this. Yeah, we're doing this, and it's more of he has a blanket wrapped around him at this point.
Okay, so he has a blanket over him.
Yes, yes. So, as you look at it, and he starts throwing out ideas, maybe a jaguar, maybe a puma, maybe a bear,
Maybe a gator. Maybe a gator.
Yeah, like it's all the animals. You're like, they're not from here. They're so it's more distracting than helpful, unfortunately. But yeah, you have no idea what could have done that. There's only 3 marks against it, though, and they're spread out by about 3 to 4 inches between each entry point of the wound.
Looks like he just scraped his butt on something.
Oh, it's definitely a murderous wound. That much is easy, but like the nature of the creature that did that, it's hard to tell.
Oh.
I put my hand on it so I can feel like a size, kind of trying to guess size-ish estimate. Like maybe small wolf, dire wolf, or oh god, what the hell is this?
So the gap between your fingers at the top is roughly an inch, inch and a half. 3 inches.
The claw mark, or whatever it is?
Between each of the claws. So you're looking at that big of a gap between the first 2.
Oh god, what the hell is that? Okay. I'm going, oh god, what the hell is that? Okay.
Big.
Noel's gonna start getting dressed because after wearing this blanket by himself for a bit, it's like, it's not helping. This is not helping anymore.
Yeah. So, Jockey kind of just like leans next to the oven. Are we taking watches?
Noel shall take first watch. Anyone want to join me?
I will.
Okay. Don't worry, Hen. I'm not leaving the party, trust me.
And someone's with you, I suppose.
Trust me, I will not leave this house.
Right.
Unless I absolutely have to.
Well, I mean, you can't anyway, so
I'll
you
take
made
a,
a pact.
Yeah, fact, and I will.
What'd you say, Gabe?
I'll take a watch within.
Second, third, or fourth?
I'll do second.
Second.
Alrighty. Third, fourth?
I'll take one.
Third, fourth?
Third's fine.
There we go. Is anyone accompanying him for third, fourth?
I can.
All right. Do you want to accompany Draco or Kothar? Third or fourth?
I can do fourth.
Okay. Very well. I would like each of the shifts to roll me a perception check. Jockey is going to assist you, Nolth.
Perfect. Oh, wait, I forgot.
Assist Rowan.
The druid, really? Anne, are you assisting Gabe or are you participating?
I'll assist Gabe.
All right, so dirty 20 for Gabe, 10 for Nolth, 15 for Draco, 15 for Rowan. Alrighty. Nolth. As you're sitting there right next to the oven, just poofing the fire, Jockey kind of like periodically goes over to the walls, listening carefully, and then goes over to the root and keeps shaving sections and then chopping sections. So you have kindling and you have something to burn. for the future, of course. While this is happening, he does look over at you. Where are you from?
Oh, Fairfield. The Fairfield.
Faith Forest.
Yep. Faith.
Which tribe?
We didn't really have a name, but we just kind of called ourselves. Man, they just kind of called ourselves Acadians.
You said Arcadians?
Acadians.
Acadians, okay.
Yeah. Acadians. Decadians, like decadent. Decadians.
I've never heard of them. Are they nice?
Like one big family the whole time. Where you have, you eat when you eat, drink when you're thirsty, hunt for the tribe. That's about it. You dealt with the local wildlife and being careful. And mainly we just fought with each other for practice. And just went hunting. Simple life, but it's fun. We have big celebrations like once every full moon.
Why?
Constantly. Just to keep the mood up, just different reasons. Sometimes we'd celebrate a person's birthday, sometimes an achievement, sometimes it was just celebrate to celebrate, keep the mood up, to make everyone happy.
Huh. Sounds nice.
I don't know what the hell happened. Apparently, no one ever fucking heard of them in a while. I went to the library and there's no documentation. I know a few travelers been through there, so they should know about us. Oh, fucking hell.
Wait, something happened to them?
I don't know. I think. All I know is for some reason that the library went to in Deep Yard there's no fucking regulation of tribe. I'm hoping to get some answers from the fucking temple. Apparently someone might know there.
There is a library in the temple. There's a lot of information from the previous leaders of it. I burnt down about half of it.
Fucking hopefully the half we got is still good. Yeah, you ain't gonna do it again, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's good. Hey man, you wanna do something while waiting something bored? It's a little thing, would you like me to try read your poem or read your future, man?
His eyes go wide when you ask him that, and he looks... Statically, he looks a little scared and worried. Right now, he looks terrified when you say that. No.
You don't want to, you don't have to.
He, just moves his hands and, hides them from you.
Okay. Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't like poems reading. Okay. Shit. So what about you, man? What's the big story with you? Anything that we don't know about? How's the temple?
Beautiful. Kind. They take in people who want to be there. They test us to see where our talents, talents lie. And we get sorted to different regions based off of our talents. I
What was
was.
yours?
I don't really have a lot of talent.
If you don't have a lot of talent, make your own, I always say.
I'm fast. Like,
Yeah, it makes you a survivor, I guess. That's a very great skill for us shit.
as you're talking, he's kind of like slinking further and further into himself.
I'll just keep talking, and as far as slinks, the louder my voice will go.
Yeah, I know how to run away very, very good.
First skill of combat, you always gotta learn. Is learn how to run away. Whew. Shit. You know, a lot of people say the running away is a coward's thing. Nah, I don't think so. I think it's a wise thing. There's no way to run.
No, it's for cowards.
Yeah. Anyone who says that hasn't been in a fight where they couldn't win or is dead. Yeah, I know sometimes when your eyes are too big, unless you don't, there's certain situations where you can't run away from. I understand that, but generally, the better part of valor is to see another day.
You would have got along great with him.
Ooh.
Roll persuasion. Harry.
Good guy? Old friend or something?
He just nods. Wasn't afraid of anything. He was good at talking. I have nightmares from what I did. He would stay up all night to help me sleep.
Sounds like a good guy, an upstanding guy. If you don't mind me asking, where's Harry now? It's not too much, right?
He died.
Condolences.
You look over at him and he seems to just be speaking the words without expressing anything. His eyes are still cloudy and shadowed over. His gaze is very, very distant.
I think even it's somewhat eye on him, make sure he doesn't, if he's living through memories, he doesn't basically hurt himself or anyone else, but to go let him go through the motions kind of thing. Just gonna sit there, throw the fire, not talk. Let him do it.
He wanted to stay and fight. Me and the others wanted to run. They caught up to me. And he assaulted them.
Made himself a target.
He nods.
Oh. Sounds like he cared about you a lot. Enough to sacrifice his life, I guess.
had nothing to do with me. He would have done it for anyone.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe I don't know the guy, but maybe I like to think maybe saw purpose in you. I saw something. Maybe.
Maybe. But he's the only person I ever met who's truly good.
Yep. Let's see, do I still have some liquor on me? You want? I think I still have a flask on me.
He holds his hand out immediately.
Yeah, 2 for him to drink some if he wants to. Dairy?
He doesn't respond, he just drinks a very, very long drink.
I'll drink 2 dairy. So, come on, Shift. You want to just tell stories of Area? You want to tell me some stories on the Shift? What was it? Just thanks. It helped at all?
No.
Okay.
He, reaches behind his jacket and pulls out a book. Just tosses it to you.
Does it have a cover or anything?
It does. It is labeled as The Tales of the Misfit Advisor.
Let's start opening it. You just start looking through it. Kind of thing. I'm gonna pop a squat next to the fire and just start going through it, kind of.
Alrighty. So, the remainder of your night, nothing transpires. In a couple of hours, you have enough kindling and firewood that would probably last you a good 2 days of shelter while you're traversing the mountains. So, you wake up Gabe and Anne, and the two of you just drift to sleep. Gabe and Anne, one of you is going to have to tend to the fire, of course. It's not a very difficult task. All of the wood's already chopped. Yes?
Yeah, Gabe will let her, and he'll
Them.
just stand and he'll just stand watch by the door.
Alrighty. So, did the two of you want to do anything during your shift?
And will kind of like look up from the fire and really look to Gabe. You came back to Weldon Top. I didn't think that you'd ever be on this side of the continent again.
This is where you were coming.
It can't be just for me. I mean,
Well, the group was coming this way. It's not Weldon Top so much that I have an issue with as someone who's now dead here and now have his mother to deal with apparently elsewhere.
I gotcha. I don't know, I mean, I'm tied rather heavily to this whole thing, and they pat Wave at their hip. I didn't think that you'd give up so much to be here.
I'm sticking with you, Anne. If this is the way you wanted to come, I'll be by your side, keeping you out of trouble.
That's impossible.
It's definitely a job.
I mean, is there anything you want to do for you? Is there... Your whole life can't just be making sure that I'm okay.
When we get a few moments, get rid of these curses that I've been afflicted with, I suppose.
And you got them here. Well, Weldon Top.
Yeah, I got the tattoo they were connected to here.
So maybe we can, I don't know, find who did it and scare them into fixing it, or we could
I'd rather get back to the person who removed the tattoo. I owe him some work.
right, Selderon Shion.
Yes.
Do you think that he can remove the curse too, or is that something that...
I don't know. I just know I owe him for the help he gave me. But with us being traced by that individual whose name I can't think of right now, it was best to get out of town at the time.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure that you get back. And that kind of stuff isn't really like my kind of magic, but I'll do what I can to figure out how I can help.
Thanks, but one thing at a time. Let's just survive these mountains and get to the monastery.
Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna be. If it's
Cold.
well, yeah. But if it's any kind of a strict place, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
You're in so much trouble every place. Does it really matter where you go?
I mean, you have a point.
Well, I'll be there to help if need be.
Thanks. I hope they have a bath. I'm gonna need one. And just like
This
ruffles
is
the
true.
fur on their legs and just like comes off.
Yeah, quite true.
Yeah. Well, hey, don't. I guess what I'm trying to get at is just, I don't want you to be doing things just for me. Like, you've got your whole deal to do for you, and you know, if there's anything you want, I think you should go for it.
I'm sure we'll part ways at some point, but I don't have anything better to do right now. And it's definitely entertaining.
I see. Well, yeah. You're a good friend, Gabe. Even though I give you a hard time.
And you are too, even though can be a little too much of a mother hen sometime.
Yeah. Well, I think ours is about done. So, who was next?
Draco.
All right, and then I'll go over and gently, like, tap Draco on the shoulder. Hey, it's about that time.
Gabe is sleeping in the corner in his armor, guarding the door, by the way.
So you are
basically-
sleeping in your armor?
Yeah.
All right. Keep in mind you can't do that for consecutive nights. So if you do it on this night, you can't do it the next night.
Oh.
Because it's
Okay.
heavy armor. It's
Medium. It's chainmail. It's not plate armor.
it's medium armor? I thought you...
so heavy.
Yeah,
I
chain...
try-
Chainmail
Wait,
is
you're
heavy
still
armor.
at chainmail? Wow.
Yes, I tried getting some plate armor in that college, but it wasn't worth it. And
Yeah, that's still a heavy armor, though, so...
oh, okay. I guess if that's the case, Gabe will not use it when we have shelter.
All right. So no armor, but you are dressed.
Yes.
Because cold.
Yes.
Alrighty. Then the two of you drift to sleep, waking Draco up. Draco, did you want to do anything during your watch?
I'm good.
All right. Kothar, Rowan, anything during your watch?
Rowan will try to get all the fat off the goat and store it for later.
Roll me a survival check. You get at least a pan full of the goat fat. Kothar, anything?
I'm just gonna make sure everybody's stuff is like dry and like getting laid out and just ready for the morning, like getting warmed up and everything.
Alrighty. You are the transition shift, so you guys completed your long rest while everybody else kept watch, which means you are the preparation. Alright, cool. Then a couple of hours go by since that point, and all of you wake up. Nothing attacked you in the middle of the night. You all stretch, eat the remainder of the goat, minus the fat, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. For 7 individuals, one of which being Kothar and one of which being Nolf, I believe one goat would feed you for 2 days. Without proper cooking utensils and shit. You're wasting a lot, but, you know. So there you go. You didn't have to use any rations. Just eat a goat.
Nice.
You all step outside where the wind has granted you just a little bit of respite. Oh, it's cold. But the wind has slowed down. The snow is not pelting against the sides of your faces just from standing out here. Feels a little better.
This goat's very gamey.
And can't help but look at like the goat hooves and their hooves and then back and is just like very reluctantly eating.
Do you want the flank? I'll eat the little hooves if you want.
Nah. I just
Don't forget to chew the bone. The bones are good for you.
it just feels a little too familiar.
Okay. Remember, the bones are good for your bones. Hey, you seen Nolf chewing on a bone?
So, should we get going?
Yep.
I think it's only going to take us a couple more days to get there, moving at your pace. Draco, yeah, you could have been there already.
Yeah, they can't fly and aren't Chucky fast.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, you know the path where it's safe for you.
Yeah.
That path is not safe for all of them. First off, their weight alone. Yeah.
Oh, we pull out the rope.
Okay.
And from last time, we're gonna tie the rope together to make a line.
And
Okay,
In
who's
has climbing gear if anyone else needs it.
That's going to be here. Let's see this. So who wants to stay with us and who wants to go in? Rowan and probably Drake. Go ahead. The three of us stay in the back.
Oh yeah, who wants to ride the Rowan goat?
I think N called dibs.
Oh, okay.
The one with the worst modifiers for surviving. I.e.
N.
hit points.
I can't charm the mountain, unfortunately.
Oh, and you said you had climbing gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have that before you take off on the goat? That'd be nice.
Then I'll hand it over.
All right. And or Nolf, pointedly, it's a little thick
Snug?
on your thighs, but it's loose in the crotch.
Nice.
We rolled once upon a time ago.
It's that charm modifier.
When you're a tiefling, charisma applies. Yep.
Practicality.
Yep.
And
But yeah, you wear it. Luckily, you don't have a high enough wisdom, no.
no, thankfully no. Or intelligence, neither.
But then you all begin your trek. And I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here, everybody. So be sure to stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.